Elbath is currently tearing itself apart. We are watching the secret ruler of the world go head-to-head with the Prince of the Giants. Loki isn't holding back. He opens the fight by dropping his massive hammer, Ragnir, straight down on his opponent. For a brief moment, the sheer weight actually breaks through the defenses of the world's king. But brute force has its limits. Instead of dodging, Imu scales up, expanding their dark physical form until it matches the scale of a mountain. A wave of massive black flames erupts from Imu, catching the hammer mid-swing and absorbing the kinetic energy completely. A mountain-crushing strike didn't even leave a scratch. Defeating the person sitting on the empty throne requires an entirely different kind of power. Imu reaches into the dark flames and manifests a colossal black blade named Nemesis. With one swift motion, Imu drives that blade straight into Loki's chest. The stance, the angle, the execution, it is the signature sword technique used by Dracul Mihawk. Every detail of the weapon, from the dark aura to the specific crossguard, points back to the Nerona family's legacy and a probable bloodline connection to the Dracul line. If the person on the empty throne wields a supreme-grade black blade, the hierarchy of the world's strongest combatants has been hidden in plain sight since the beginning. But Imu is doing more than just wielding a physical weapon. They are enforcing a terrifying ideological doctrine while they use it. While Loki bleeds, the fight shifts from physical blows to psychological warfare. Imu starts lecturing the giant, laying out a specific formula for human society. Variable 1, humanity has an inescapable desire for power. That desire inevitably spreads outward, infecting everything it touches. Imu labels this second variable corruption. To secure power quickly, people make compromises. They forge alliances and sign away their autonomy in exchange for influence. These are the pacts. When you combine human desire, spreading corruption, and the desperation of pacts, the resulting sum is absolute domination. Loki hears this and laughs. Possessing a conqueror's spirit, he tells the king to their face that he will never submit to that logic. Imu offers a chilling rebuttal. They argue that freedom is an illusion, and that true happiness only exists when the chaos of human desire is forcefully extinguished by unified control. That speech triggers a sudden memory. Right in the middle of the battle, Imu's mind flashes back 8 centuries to a specific shaded figure from the Void Century. The usually cold, calculated ruler loses all composure, screaming into the past with raw emotion. Isn't that right, Joy Boy? This outburst suggests a history we hadn't considered. It points to a time when these two were likely allies, long before they became the architects of a world-ending war. Their worldviews simply could not occupy the same space. Joy Boy wanted a world of chaotic, absolute liberation, while Imu demanded a system of unified order to keep people safe from their own desires. The conflict that defined the Void Century originated here, not as a clash of simple villainy, but as a fracture between two individuals whose visions for humanity tore the world apart. The memory fades, yanking us back to the present. Loki uses that momentary lapse in focus to strike back. He grabs the distracted ruler and physically drives them straight into the trunk of the legendary Atom Tree. The giant prince then fully transforms. He shifts into his Zoan form, becoming a kilometer-wide serpentine dragon that dwarfs the battlefield. Opening his massive jaws, Loki fires Thorheim, a concentrated beam of pure lightning directly into Imu's chest. Loki's strike serves as a physical rebuttal to the king's philosophy, demonstrating that raw, untamed willpower can still draw blood from an absolute ruler. As the smoke begins to clear on the chapter's final page, the attack proves ineffective. Imu is completely intact, wearing a twisted, deeply unsettling smile. Looking into the dust, Imu mutters a few highly ambiguous words. "So you have returned." We are left guessing who they are talking to. They could be acknowledging Loki's mythical Nidhogg form, or sensing the spiritual return of Joy Boy as Luffy finally approaches. We won't know the answer for a while. Japan's Golden Week holiday means the magazine is going on break, leaving the story frozen on this cliffhanger. The current state of the world is the fallout of this personal betrayal, turning the series' final conflict into the closing chapter of a story 800 years in the making.